So it's been a while since I've talked about some wars because I moved to Australia. Sure, I enjoyed here, but I have to say I kind of miss it. Because there's really only one major war going on throughout the earth right now. I thought I'd talk about it a bit. So today we're going to be talking about the France versus Francia war. We're going to talk about who I support in this war, what's been going on with it, all the battles and stuff. So real quick before this video starts, make sure you do subscribe. It's so appreciated when you subscribe to the channel. I mean, it just helps me out a lot. So if you like the content, please subscribe. So France versus Francia has been a conflict for a while. It started a pretty long time ago and was a war for a while. But then eventually, around a month ago, Francia and France made peace. They turned into one government and tried to stay together. So then they were at peace for a while. But not too long ago, I saw this announcement in the French Discord. France officially declares war on Francia for the following reasons. During our peace talks, France and Francia had an election to decide who would become king. Francia decided that they would rig the election in their favor by refusing to register over 10 French players who have played for over 1 month. So I've been in politics for long enough to really know what this means. So basically it's pretty obvious they have a voter registration so that new players don't vote. And I would assume you have to be in the nation for more than a month to register. And some French players tried to register to vote, apparently over 10 French players. And in this situation, Francia probably told them no because they weren't in the nation for over a month, even though they actually were. So you gotta assume that's probably what happened in this announcement. Then next they say, Thanos has made it known that he only wants power. He wants to take the nation and kick out half of English people as he sees them inferior to his French race. It's really bold of any French person to be prideful of their country. Now, if this is the case, which I wouldn't see it as unlikely because people on EarthMC are just absolutely insane, this would be blatant racism, which obviously is a problem. Next he talks about this. Francia has stated that they plan on taking France, banning the Republic and replacing it with an absolute monarchy. So I would assume they figured out that in private, Francia was talking about taking over France and then just like removing their democracy and turning it into a monarchy again with Thanos at the top. Now this isn't unlikely again. All of these things just seem like something that would happen on EarthMC, which is why I believe a lot of it. Thanos has started a cult of his own and has a mindless follower group that will believe any of this crazy man says, and is claiming that he is the rightful Catholic Church, and makes his followers believe he is the Pope. Now this is where the Catholic Church comes in. The Catholic Church issued an ultimatum to Francia, saying, "This is the final warning I'm giving Francia. Repent now and return to the righteous path, before it's too late and I respond in defense of our faith." So this is basically giving them a warning to stop doing what they're doing, or the church is going to start a crusade. Now, Francia didn't respond, which is another thing. They really haven't responded to anything, which again leads me to believe that France is in the right here. Now, I trust the church more than basically anything else on EarthMC, which is why now I really think France is the right side in this war. Let's read this whole announcement by the Catholic Church here. After learning that Francia and their leader, Thanos, the heretic, was attempting to use the Holy Catholic Church as a tool in their quest for absolute power and endless conflict. After learning that this same nation sent people to be ordained in the clergy for the sole reason of spying against the church. After being told we should betray our host nation of Italia for the sake of territory. After having my archbishop for both Frances be insulted and not recognized. After being threatened that if the church did not adopt military doctrines instead of the moral ones, Francia would divide it and attack it. And after learning that Francia created a cult for the sake of serving their king and his political agenda, with the intent to destroy our church, I have no option but to once more fulfill my duty and defend our faith, our integrity, our unity, and our values. It is therefore that I hereby decree the following. I, Pope Benedict, Supreme Pontiff of the EMC Holy Catholic Apostolic Church, declare a holy crusade against the rebel group known as Francia, their heretic leader, Thanos, and his blasphemously monstrous propaganda machine they dare call the Apostolic Church. So yeah, that's the second crusade in church history against Francia. Now, I just don't really see a way that Francia can be in the right here. Francia was very obviously in France's land when they made the nation, so it's pretty obvious that this was a civil war. Whether they were in the right here is unknown by most people, but when you look at everything that's been going on, I believe France, which is why I think France is in the right here, and I'm going to be helping them in this war, specifically the Catholic Church in their crusade. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching. Geshkali, I hope you enjoyed it. Toothbrush.